So there's nothing better than a beautiful bronzy sun-kissed glow, except for one that you can get without actually baking in the sun. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can achieve that beautiful bronzy glow with a few of our products. All right, so I already have my base face done. I've got my lashes on, got my lips on, and in this tutorial, I'm basically going to be focusing on cheeks and eyes. But before we start that, I just wanted to touch on my beautiful lips. I wanted to kind of keep it with the bronzy theme, so I used Precious Topaz and Bombshell and layered them together for this beautiful, like, neutral look. So you can see here, this is 3 layers of Precious Topaz, and this is 3 layers of Bombshell, and this is what I have on my lips. 1 layer of Precious Topaz topped with 2 layers of Bombshell. So I love how versatile these Lip Sense colors are. Okay, so now my face looks pretty good, but I kind of look washed out, right? That's because I don't have any blush on. I don't have any colors back in my cheeks. So for this bronzy look, I'm going to use Bronze Blush Scents. So we actually have 6 or 7, I think we have 7 blush scents colors that are beautiful. They're creamy, anti-aging. I love how easily they blend. But I'm going to be using a bronze, of course, for this bronzy look. So the great thing is you just need the tiniest bit. Look at that super tiny dot, right? So these last you a very long time. Okay, so I'm just going to dot that on my cheekbone. And I'm going to use a brush to blend this out. I'm going to do little circular motions to really blend it out. You can also actually blend this in with your finger because it's so creamy. I just prefer to use a brush because it gets a little bit more natural blending out. Can really get in there. So you see how much of a difference that made already between the sides? It really, really warmed up my face, right? So I'm just gonna dot the rest on this other side here. So our creamy blush scents doesn't dry super quickly, but I still like to do one cheek at a time just so I can blend it well. I got some of my hair in there where I was blending. All right, back and forth. I may add just a touch more. And the great thing about our products too, shadow scents, blush scents, everything, is that you can blend them out and make them really light, or you can build up the pigment. So if you put this on, you're like, oh, I wish it was a little darker, you can just add a little bit more. Just let it set and add a little bit more. Holy buckets, right? That made such a difference. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is that you can actually bronze your collarbones, okay? So use that and just bronze it up a little bit. Another great option for this step for your cheeks and your collarbone would be our Bronze Dust Translucent Powder. Super easy peasy. Use some in your décolleté cleavage area. Okay. Next, I'm actually going to use this bronze blush scent on my eyes as well. So I'm going to use this as eyeshadow. Okay, so I'm just putting a little bit on my brush. And I'm kind of like dabbing off the excess on the top of my foundation top. And I'm going to put it in the crease here. So this is going to give me a really warm eye look. Putting a color in your crease is a transition color. And it just kind of helps contour your eye essentially. And make it appear bigger. Huge difference, right? And I'm go back on this side. So you want to make sure you don't put too much product on the brush when you do this. This is why I kind of like put it on the cap to pat it out a little bit. Because you can always build up. It's harder to take away the pigment. So it's a little bit darker on this side, so I'm just going to grab a little bit more. And I'm going in with a really light hand. So I'm windshield wipering with a really light hand here. I love being able to use blush scents on my cheeks and my eyes because it just is such a cohesive look. And if you're packing for a weekend getaway or something, it's, you know, minimal makeup. Okay, next we've got the bronze. Now we need that glow. So Pearlizer time. Pearlizer is basically our anti-aging glow liquid. It just gives you the most beautiful glow without looking like a disco ball. Okay, so I just put some on here. You just get this really pretty glow. And it's actually our has our Cineplex Complex in it. It's our foundation formula, so it's going to protect against the sun, and it's going to help decrease and reverse signs of aging. So it's super awesome. So I just put a little bit on this brush, and now I'm kind of patting it into my cheekbones. You want to put it on like the high points. You want it to catch the light. So you can see there. Now I've got a nice little glow to my cheeks as well. Okay. So now I have to do the lids of my eyes, and guess what? You can use Pearlizer for that too. So I just had a little bit that was on the end here, and I kind of put it on this flat brush. You could also use your finger for this, but I like using a flat brush because it just kind of controls the pigment a little bit more. So I'm basically patting it on. Okay, so I'm not dragging it too much or blending. This is more patting. So with the bronze blush sense, I blended it a little bit more. This I'm patting in a little bit more because you really want that shimmer. If you blend it too much, you lose that. I'm just blending the crease where they meet a little bit. Okay, see how much of a difference that made? Such a beautiful, easy glow. All right, some on this one now. Add a little bit more. Now I've got anti-aging eyeshadow, essentially, right? It's got the Cineplex Complex in it. It's actually going to help protect against the sun because there's a mechanical shield in it. So my eyelids are going to be protected against the harsh summer sun. But they're going to look beautiful, like I have a bronzy glow. So there we go. That's how you can get a bronzy glow. And if you're finished and you're like, okay, I put too much Pearlizer on, now I can't see the bronze, you just add a little bit more. So let me go ahead and add a little bit more for you. Another trick would just be to pre-mix the bronze blush sense with the Pearlizer. So then you're just going to have a bronzy color to blend out to begin with, a bronzy glow, all in one step. And there you go. Now you're like a sun-kissed goddess. Bye.